So what are specialized cells? Specialized cells are cells that have a specific function. They cannot do anything else. A nerve cell is a nerve cell. It communicates, that's its function. A muscle cell contracts. It allows us to move. A red blood cell carries oxygen. So these are what we call differentiated cells. And again, and I'll keep reiterating this, you do not have to use this word in an answer. You can use the word specialized cell, but we will use that word in an exam question, and you must know what it means when you hear it. It doesn't mean you have to remember it. Sometimes when we read a word, we go, oh, that before. So let's hit that. So these are specialized cells with a specialized job. All right. They all, however, start off from here, a stem cell. Believe it or not, we were all a single-celled organism. At one point, we were what we call a zygote, and we were like this, a tiny little zygote. We weren't a brain cell, we were not a blood cell, we were just an undifferentiated or a non-specialized cell. And we then specialized or differentiated. Different parts of us became different types of cells. Now, the ones you've got to really know, and that we'll talk about in every sense, is a sperm cell. How is it differentiated? What is it? Its function? How is it specialized? Well, it's got a tail for swimming. Right? Here's an egg, a human egg cell. Doesn't have to be human. This is a root hair cell. In a root hair cell, these are found in the roots of plants. And they're found in the roots of plants. And their reason for existing in the roots is that funny hair is to increase surface area. So there's more surface for the plant to take up water. These are ciliated epithelial cells. These are cells that have little hair-like structure on the top. They're found in your lungs. White blood cells, they're your soldiers, your little, some of them are self-destructive. They are there to protect you from the horrific attack of pathogens. Brilliant. Red blood cells carry oxygen. These are really interesting. They're a concave shape and they have no nucleus. They are the only cell that you will come across that has no nucleus. Right? Which gives them certain benefits. They can carry more hemoglobin. They've got more space inside them for carrying hemoglobin. But the poor little darlings only live for 4 days. Since they have no nucleus, they do not live for very long. They're also the reason why your poo is brown. There's so many of them, they don't live for very long, and once they die, we change them to something called bilirubin, and then we excrete them. All right, so this is the adaptation of root hair cells. Okay, it says specialized animal cell. That is not an animal cell. This, I'm just going to take that. That's just bad. That's just bad. Specialized plant cell. Okay. Well, that's what you get. Some companies get certain things wrong. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So it says the function of a red blood cell, yet they've got a picture of a root hair cell. So they've made a mistake somewhere. This is a root hair cell, and it says root hair cell as well. Its function is to increase surface area. So these functions are right. So that's wrong. It's a specialized plant cell. Its job is not to transport oxygen. That's a red blood cell. So this is wrong. However, this is right. It has a long extension, which increases surface area. It's got a cell membrane that allows minerals and waters to pass through. It doesn't contain any chloroplast, and that's really interesting. And a lot of students say, well, why doesn't it contain any chloroplast? And the reason is, it is a root hair cell. It is underground. No light gets there, so why have a chloroplast? All right? Okay. So, I'm trying to think. There's nothing else I can see there. There should be more information there. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm going to add certain things to this. They should be in there, but it's not. How are these adapted? All right. Red blood cell, no nucleus, more space. Muscle cells are long and can contract. Okay. The nerve cell, lots of connections for communication. I did say for the sperm, it has a tail for swimming. Ciliated epithelial. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me, you know. Ciliated epithelials, little hairs. Thank you. Little hairs for wafting, for pushing dirt out. Right, for pushing dirt out. Okay, so that's that information there. I'm just going to stop